I'm going to explain the um, how to create an options flow in oice. Many users may be interested how to how to create these kind of branches. Ask the questions to the readers and let them to choose different answers. And by the answers, the story will go into different tracks. So today I'm going to demonstrate how to how to make this happen in OIS. To start with, we better start with an example. For any new users, you have an example story. Uh, this one, although it is in Chinese, but it is obviously a default one, right? So we start with this story for our demonstration because there is a simple example of options usage there. Um, let's start. Click into the story and then click edit for this episode. So in this story, you see you will find the options part here. The use case is actually like one of the character asks another character, what is the answer of 2 plus 2? And then the story provides three choices A, B, and C. No, it's 2, 3, and 5. Um, the story will let the reader, to choose among these three answers. And after the reader choose one of the answer, the story will go into the accord. Will jump to the flow accordingly. So let's see how it happens. First of all, you have to have an option block. All these blocks are at the left hand side of the screen, and especially for the options functions, you have to use the first three blocks: option, label, and jump. So now we are looking at the option block. After you insert a block here, you have to define a question. In this case, the question is, what is 2 plus 2? And then you have to define the answers here. In this case, there are three answers: 2, 3, and 5. All right, what is the go-to label? Uh, in this text box, you will have to define a place that the story will jump to after the reader has chosen the answer. For example, in this case, if the user chooses 2, answer 2, then the story will jump to the label A. If the reader chooses 3, the story will jump to label B. And if the user chooses 5, the story will jump to label C. So I have to define what is label A, B, and C as well in the script. So you'll see after the options block, I have defined the label here. This is label A. So after the user choose 2, it will jump to label A, which is jump to this position, and then continue the story flow. All right. Okay, if the user choose 3, answer 3, which the story will go to label B. So I find the label B here. This is label B, and the story will jump to label B, and then continue the story flow here. All the blocks happens in the story just happens by following the sequence of the blocks. So you expect that after, for example, the reader select label A and jump into this flow, and it will execute the next block here. If I don't insert a jump block here, the story will just go on. So it is not what we want. So we have to insert a jump block here after the A flow finish. So I jump to D, label D. That means after the user choose A, choose the answer 2, which is jump to label A, and then execute this flow. And at this moment, at the jump, at the point of the jump block, it will again jump to block D. So where is block D? Block D is here. We will jump across all the branches and then continue at the end. So options, label, and jump. You have to use them together. Let's see how we create a brand new story with options. First of all, you have to create a new oice, or a new episode here. Let's give this episode an arbitrary name. And then add an option block here. Type the questions and answer. And to identify the label, just give a name that you feel easy to distinguish between them. There is no format requirement, not very strict. You can give it just a string. So go to label 1A, and then the option is 2 plus 2 is 1, maybe. Answer. This is the answer, okay? And then label 1B, I give a correct answer 4. And label 1C, I give an answer 5. So these options provide free. These questions provide free options to the readers to choose 1, 4, and 5, which the story will jump to label 1A, 1B, and 1C correspondingly. Okay, so after I define the option block, I have to insert the label blocks. There are 3 labels, so I insert 3 labels here. Label 1A, label 1B, and label 1C. So these are all labels that I have defined in the option block. And I also have to define the end block, which is a label that at the end of all branches. Okay, I define 4 labels: 1A, 1B, 1C, and end. Okay, then I define the jump label, the jump block. All jump blocks should jump to end, because I don't want to duplicate the flow. I don't after the reader goes through flow 1A, I don't want the reader to go to flow 1B and 1C continuously. So I have to jump out here. So I insert a jump block here and ask the story to jump to the end label. In the same case, I insert it after the label 1B. Okay, the flow structure is almost there. The next thing is to insert some basic dialogues. So I just choose a character here, and if the user has chosen 1A, I will say yes, it is 1. And if the user has chosen option 1B, which is a correct answer, 4, I will say yes, it is 4, must be correct. And if the reader has chosen option 5, the answer 5, I will place this dialog after label 1C and then say it is 5. Okay. So the demonstration has been finished. So let's see what it looks like after compiling the story. You can always view the result by clicking the preview button. So here is the result. The questions appears first, 2 plus 2, and then 3 options, 1, 4, and 5. If I choose 1, yes, it is 1. And the story ends. I have to reload to start the story once over again. Okay, if I choose 4, yes, it is 4, must be correct. Okay, the story ends. I run it again. If I choose 5, yes, it is 5. And the story ends. So this is how we can achieve the branches, the options and branches. Hope that this video can help you. If you have any questions, please remember there is a button at the right, at the bottom right corner here. You can always find someone to help you here, real time, if we don't fall asleep. Okay, thank you very much.